This is OpenBSD, and OpenBSD is known to be one of the most secure operating systems. And this is my 2011 or 2010 Dell Inspiron. Quick backstory, I was walking in the back of the mall because I was trying to claim a warranty for my RAM. I don't know why, but the place where you claim the warranty is in the back of the mall, so I had to go to the back. And I saw this laptop lying on the ground, and I was like, damn, this is gonna be good for a video or something. And I just picked it up. It had a charger with it, so I picked both of it up, went home, and I made this video where I installed FreeBSD. But then the laptop kinda almost set my house on fire because the charger is almost broken.
Guys, the cable started smoking, dude.
Here it is now. I bought a new charger. At its peak, this laptop had 6 different Linux distros split into 6 partitions. Hey everybody, my name is Zei here from the zeibytes YouTube channel. Today we're going to be installing OpenBSD on my Dell Inspiron because I've been wanting to do that for a while and now I have the time. Oh, and I just want to thank you guys so much for 18,000 subscribers. You guys are all insane. And we're so close to 20k. I'm trying to hit 20k before the end of the year. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't, or else my cat's gonna touch you. It's currently 6:03 a.m. I already pre-recorded a lot of the video yesterday. It was Sunday yesterday. Right now it's Monday. I have to clock into work at 9, so I'm making the intro at 6. So let's just pretend I don't know anything and this is my first time going to the website. This is the OpenBSD website. I love the logo actually. It's like a freaking pufferfish. And this pufferfish is leaning onto a diamond and it says OpenBSD 7.9. That's so cool. This is the OpenBSD logo and I absolutely love it for whatever reason. And also there's this. I don't know why this freaking pufferfish looks so funny with the big ass lips. Bro, this is borderline kind of cursed. I haven't mentioned the goals of the video. So first is successfully installing OpenBSD. Run fastfetch or neofetch. That's mandatory in this channel. Absolutely mandatory. Install A. Alright, I think I'm gonna go with either Awesome Window Manager or DWM. You guys have been requesting me to do Awesome though. I've never tried Awesome and I've tried DWM, so I think we're gonna do Awesome. Install apps, a browser, a code editor like Neovim, things that I use on a daily basis. And 5, I'm gonna make it daily drivable. Maybe, if I can't even do that. If that doesn't work out, if I can't make it daily drivable, I'm gonna make a Minecraft server out of it, lol. But the art on the FreeBSD website, this one is absolutely amazing. I love it. Only 2 remote holes in the default install and a heck of a long time. This is why OpenBSD is really good for like hardened servers. OpenBSD project produces a free multi-platform 4.4 BSD-based Unix-like operating system. If you don't know, Linux and BSD operating systems come from the same family. They are Unix-like operating systems. They're similar in some ways, but also different. The current release of OpenBSD is OpenBSD 7.9, released May 19th, 2026. Actually almost a month ago. Right now it's July 8th, the 60th release, okay. OpenBSD is developed entirely by volunteers, so it's our OpenBSD. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and install OpenBSD. If you want to read the docs, it's literally right here, but I already visited the website yesterday to pre-record the video and read some of the docs, so I don't think I need to. If you're wondering what is the system requirements for this thing, it's this. You don't really need to worry about it. Getting OpenBSD. Download. So over here we have a few download options. We have like 5 download options actually. If you're using a USB, we're going to use the install79.img. Why not the ISO? Because it says right here, an ISO 9660 image that can be used to create an install CD/DVD. It's not USB. Also, my Dell Inspiron is against ISOs for some reason. I think it joined like an ISO hate group because sometimes when I'm installing an OS with .iso, it just doesn't freaking work. And sometimes only an IMG works. So we're going to be installing the install79.img. Over here we have a few options, right? Because I have an Intel CPU over here on this laptop, we're going to do the AMD 64 version. Make sure to do research on your PC first and what it's supposed to use depending on the processor and stuff. But we're going to install the AMD 64. As you can see, I already downloaded the ISO because it shows 1 here. But the download is actually really slow. I don't know why, but it's just really slow. It's only 800 megabytes. That's really small, but it takes 2 hours to download it. It takes a while because, well, I think the server's really far away from where I'm from. I'm all the way from Southeast Asia, and I think the servers are Europe or something. Oh, and none of the OpenBSD mirrors are actually near my country. The nearest one is, let's see. Oh, Japan. Yeah, but that's still kind of far away. The internet connection isn't that good from here to Japan. Oh, wait, never mind. Philippines. Also, there's just like bigger fish theory. Like this is Windows and then this is Linux and wait, what's that? Bam, it's OpenBSD. Once the ISO or IMG image finishes, the procedure is literally the same. You just do cd into wherever you downloaded it. For me, it's downloads. And then you're going to do sudo dd this. All right. See, I already have the command because I already did it yesterday when I was pre-recording the video. Sudo dd if install 79.img and then USB drive. You're wondering, wait, how do I know which one's my USB drive? So it's actually pretty easy. Plug in your USB and then you're going to wait a bit. Now you're going to do lsblk. For me, it's dev sdc. There, right? Sudo dd and then here dev sdc. You're going to want to hit enter and then wait a bit. If you don't want to do this, you can use Ventoy. I do have Ventoy, look, but I kind of prefer using sudo dd. Hey, so I had to do something, but now we're back. I have a freaking Ethernet cable plugged in, the power cable ready to go. Let's just go ahead and start again. I'm gonna plug in my USB real quick. Wait, here's my trusty 32 gigabyte USB. Let's plug it in there. All right, now let's turn it on again. Turn on. Yo, there we go. Wait, what, dude? What? Okay. Let's go, it's working. I don't know why, but this laptop is just racist to ISOs. IMGs, no problem, but when I try to install something with an ISO sometimes, it just doesn't accept it. Welcome to OpenBSD AMD 64 7.9. We're gonna do capital I, like this, to install it. Enter. Choose keyboard layout. The default is, I'm pretty sure it's US. Enter. System hostname, I'm gonna do OpenBSD. Wait, OpenN. Network interface to configure. Name LADDR. Done. What am I supposed to pick here? The default is IWN0. I think that's what I'm supposed to pick. Access point. I think we're gonna do any. IPv4 address for... Oh, it's autoconf. Let's just do autoconf. What? Could not read. I don't know why that happened, but let's just continue. IPv6 address, autoconf. I don't know why there's like errors here for some reason. Hey guys, so I did some reading. Turns out IWN is my Wi-Fi adapter for this, and like OpenBSD and just BSD OSs have terrible Wi-Fi support, so we're just gonna do ALC0, which I'm pretty sure is my Ethernet, so let's just do ALC0. Okay, now IPv4 address, autoconf. See, there's no error now because I'm using my Ethernet one. Hey, I think it'd be pretty cool if I got Wi-Fi working, but yeah, I don't know if I can get that working. IPv6, autoconf, network interface to configure. Let's just do done. I'm pretty sure this doesn't really matter because, well, I don't have a domain and this is like my personal machine. Enter. Password for root account. Guess my password. Start SSHD by default. Let's just do yes on this. Yep, we're gonna make a user. It's called Zei. Enter. Full name for user Zei. Password. Do you guys know what that is? Allow root SSH login. I think I'm gonna do no for now. What time zone are you in? Oh, it already knows my time zone. That is great. Available disks, SD0. I think, yeah, let's just do SD0. Encrypt the root disk with a password. I don't want to encrypt it for now. Let's just do whole disk, which is MBR. Auto layout, edit layout, or create custom layout. Let's just do auto layout, capital A. I think now we're supposed to hit done here. And wait. Location of set. So here I'm going to type in CD0 because that's literally where the installation is. Enter. No file system found on CD0. Wait. I ran into a bit of an issue, but we're all good now. Now let's just go ahead and click done here. Enter. Directory does not contain... What? I read something on the internet and some guy told me to hit yes here. Let's just do that. Installing BSD. I think this is going to take a bit, so... Yo, wait, it's actually done. What? Yep, that seems correct. Yes. Let's go, it's done. It's actually easier than I expected. I thought it was going to be hard, but it's actually pretty easy. Alright, so it's actually booting up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to install a window manager, and I'm also going to install OBS. We're logged in inside of OpenBSD. Now I'm going to update the system first, so it's sys patch. There we go, enter. Oh yeah, I need to go to root first. Dude, what is this error, bro? What the hell? Hey, so I was trying to update the system, but it doesn't work. Turns out, dude, there was a typo. This is CDN OPBSD, not OpenBSD. I don't know why that's literally like that, but yeah, I'm supposed to fix this. Let's go, it works. Package manager on BSD operating systems, really hard to remember. It's PKG. Let's go. I got the NeoFetch working, and as you can see, the ASCII art is really nice. I really like how it looks, and the RAM usage is crazy, bro. I mean, look at that, 29 megabytes of RAM. Well, yeah, we don't even have a desktop environment or window manager installed yet. We're gonna be installing Awesome Window Manager because you guys are asking me to do that. Yeah, we're gonna do exactly that. You guys, so it's actually done installing Awesome WM. It took quite a bit, actually. Wait, that's my girlfriend's sunscreen. She left it here. And look who's sleeping right over here. Bro, it's been like 6 hours and he's still sleeping here. Alright, so I installed Awesome Window Manager here. Turns out OBS doesn't work. I have to use this thing called FFmpeg, but right now I'm installing Ranger, which is a file manager. It's like a terminal file manager though. Yo, so I did PKG add Ranger and other apps, but it's not running. I don't know why. I'm gonna try rebooting it and see if it works better or not. Oh my god, dude, I had to like smash the laptop a little bit and now it's actually downloading without taking that long. Before this, it took like 5 to 6 minutes just to get the Firefox processing something. Hey, so I can't really do shit here. Installing stuff is so slow. I think it's my laptop's problem. And I can't even open a browser. I can't even open Google Chrome. I can't even open Firefox. I can't open Falcon browser. Nothing works. You know, I think I should just make this a Minecraft server. I think that will be a good idea. So I don't know why, but it just takes so long to install one app. And I've tried other BSD operating systems like Dragonfly BSD and FreeBSD, but the only operating system that's really slow to install stuff is OpenBSD for some reason. Oh yeah, I have to clock into work at 9:30, so if this goes past maximum 8:45, then yeah, I'm cooked. We're not continuing this video. The guide that I'm following is using JDK21, so I'm installing JDK21 on my OpenBSD, but it's taking quite a bit. It's gonna take a while, I think. Well, I actually have to clock into work and the install is not even done yet. Yeah, I'm kind of sad that I didn't have that much time to make this video. I had all day yesterday, but yesterday I was fixing the problems with my Wi-Fi downloads, the desktop environment not working, and that took up all day. So now daily driving this, if you let's say only browse and code, is no problem. But for this laptop, no, not really. But if you can download a browser and you can download a code editor, then if those are the only things that you do, then yeah, of